Up next, we have Elias Theodorou against Dan Kelly, and I don't really know what to say, man. Elias Theodorou is on the roster. I guess he's a fighter on the roster. I'm really not fond of watching him fight. He really uses a game plan that I think is almost just avoiding the fight. He likes to use a lot of movement, and he throws just a lot of kicks from a distance, whether they land or they don't land. He just keeps throwing them out there while moving backwards, and he just overwhelms you with volume. And when you overcommit, really try to come in fast. That's when he goes in for the clinch, tries to take you down, and he doesn't really ever like to get in a firefight. He'll never throw many hands. He's predominantly only throwing kicks, and I think that he cares, a lot about his image, a lot more than his fighting at times. Like he always talks about, he has the best hair in MMA, all this stuff. But what people really want to see, man, is people that put it on the line, that really are gonna, put on a show for you, spending your money going out to the fights or buying the pay-per-view. And Elias just isn't someone that puts it out there like that. And I'm not one to say anything. I would never get in the cage and fight either. But, he really has a conservative style that makes it hard to market. Hard to market him watching, in my opinion. Hard to market people watching his fights. And he's fighting Dan Kelly, who's, Dan Kelly also had, a pretty, funny run in the UFC where he has a lot of wins that you just were extremely surprised that he was able to get, with his level of skill. He had a win over Antonio Carlos Jr. That was actually a finish, which is, incredibly hard to believe. He beat a former champion in Rashad Evans. Granted, Evans is, seen his better days, but still. And, Kelly's a guy who has some okay striking. I guess it's effective for what it is. It isn't the best, but he has odd timing on his right hand, so he catches people with that, and he plods forward, throws some leg kicks. He actually works his best when he's in that upper body clinch with his judo. He's able to control people. He has a pretty good foot sweep, and he also has some pretty good dirty boxing. You get the clinch. He has good cardio. He wears you down. Slowly but surely, he'll still be there, and that's when he takes you out after you wear your load out. But in my opinion, man, Elias does possess some great cardio. He is a good wrestler himself, so I think he'll be able to avoid the takedowns of Dan Kelly. And I just think he's gonna, he's gonna use that same kick and run game plan that he's been using, and he's gonna, get a victory that way. I think he's gonna be able to avoid Dan Kelly being able to get in his range all fight. I think Kelly will land very minimal amount of strikes, and I think he won't be able to get a takedown. I think it'll be Elias landing a few kicks around from a distance and, just playing that movement game and getting a victory by decision.